Travis, I can't even begin to imagine what your 300 games been like in the build-up, so tell us what it has been like.
Well, I'm laughing under this mask because that's about all you can do at the moment. It was some sort of roller coaster day yesterday when we found out that we're going to Melbourne, and then told to cancel plans and just stay put because we weren't going, and then it was back on again. So it was it was a pretty emotional day and a challenging day. There's no doubt about that. But we're here in Melbourne now and we can settle, and we're playing Friday night, so we can look forward to the game. But yeah, obviously not ideal circumstances and not playing in front of our adoring Port Adelaide fans, which would have been lovely, but and my family of course as well. But is what it is, and these are the times at the moment. We'll sort of push forward, and we'll still celebrate a good night Friday night.
Do you feel shortchanged?
Nah, look, not really, mate. I'm just so grateful to be actually able to play for this footy club for one game, let alone 300, and to still run out there with my best mates and my family is what I'm most grateful for. And look, I would have loved to play in front of our fans and in front of my family, and but yeah, the circumstances are we can't. And but I'm still very grateful to be running out there on Friday night and in 300 games.
Have you had the 299 games spin in front of you this week, just reflecting on what the journey's been like?
Probably a little bit, yeah. The last couple of days, definitely. And I think the one thing that sort of comes to mind is how lucky I've been, how fortunate I've been to have so much great support with the Port Adelaide Footy Club, with my family, my friends, our supporters, the ones that have been there the whole journey to support me. I certainly wouldn't be here today without the support of so many people, and I'm just so grateful for that. And that's who I'll be playing for on Friday night. Is certainly the ones who've supported me the whole way and been there when it's been tough. And our fans have been right with me the whole way, and hopefully we can get a win to show how much they've meant to me as well along this journey.
If we turn back the clock to 2012, do you feel more comfortable today with the decision you made that day?
Yeah, no regrets at all. I never had a regret since that decision. As I've spoke at length, it was a decision I wanted to make to help move this club forward with a lot of other guys, and we've certainly been able to do that. We haven't achieved the success we wanted to yet, and hopefully that's not too far away. But it was certainly a decision to try and take this club back to where it belongs. And yeah, there's no regrets. I've enjoyed every moment at this footy club, even the downs, and they're the ones that have made us so much stronger, and certainly learnt so much from those challenges. And I wouldn't change it for the world. But hopefully there's a little bit more success ahead.
Well, the 299 you've played is the one that you like to relive in your own memory when you reflect back?
Sorry, what was that?
Of the 299 you've played, is there one that you always like to go back to and just reflect
on? I think for any AFL player, the first game you ever play at AFL level is certainly a dream come true, and something that you've really aspired to for so long. So that's certainly one that I'll remember forever. And having my family, friends all come over from Torquay, and we got the win. It was in Treader's 200th game, and I'll remember that moment for forever. And so that one sticks with me. But the finals as well. I mean, the big games that we played in, the showdowns, those ones, certainly stick in my mind. I had a chat on radio today about some of my favourite games, and certainly the one over in Perth where we're down by 5 goals, I think it was, at half time in that final against Freo, and to come back and win was certainly something that was pretty special. So yeah, those finals are ones that really stick in my mind.
Travis, there's always the question about a fulfilment of an AFL career. Do you need that premiership to complete it all?
Look, I think if we talk success externally and outcomes, then obviously the premiership is the one, and you can talk individual awards or whatever you want, but I'd love to win one. There's no doubt that that's my dream, but success is for me is about becoming the best athlete and person I can, and I think whatever that may be, whether that's with a premiership, without a premiership, I can leave the game knowing that I gave everything I could and helped others along the way, and that's the success that I want. I'd love to have that premiership medallion, but a lot of that's out of my control, and I just want to go about my career and finish off my career being the best athlete I can possibly be, and that's helping our footy club and helping our younger players become great athletes as well and great people. So that's the ultimate success for me.
Hey Trav, where are your family? What was the plan? What was the plan for them this week, and what will be the plan for them now?
So mum, my auntie and my older sister are currently driving back from Adelaide, back to Victoria today. They were with me this past week. They got into Adelaide before the borders shut, and I was able to spend a few days with them this week, which was great. But they were obviously planning to come to the game in Adelaide and be there to support me, knowing that the borders were going to shut in Victoria, from Adelaide to Victoria. So they got over, and then obviously yesterday was a whirlwind for them, thinking they weren't coming, then were coming to the game, and then not coming. So at this stage they won't be able to be there, which is sad. But we had a good chat last night at dinner, a family dinner last night, and kind of celebrated in some way. And I know that they'll be there in spirit, and I know that they've given me so much over the journey, and there's no doubt I'll be running out with them and for them on Friday night.
Is there any prospect, can you speak to anyone at the AFL of parking them in a very far away seat in a corporate box by themselves or something like that? We saw a little bit of it last year when we were all sort of acclimatising to the pandemic. Is there any prospect at all?
Yeah, I was certainly trying, but look, it's going to be a challenge, obviously, with Victorian lockdown and where Mum is in Torquay, being able to get to the ground. So I have no idea where that's at or where it could get to, but there's no doubt that the club are trying everything that they can to get him here, and it would be amazing if they could get here, but completely understand if they can't.
And while we're looking back on your career, looking forward, you keep saying you want to play for as long as you can. The club keeps saying, like every time Ken gets asked about you, he says, well, he could probably play until 400 games and so on and so forth. What do you realistically think is ahead for you, Trav?
I have no idea. I think at this stage, I have no kind of limit to where I want to get to. I think, my body and my mind, I love the game as much as I ever have. My body feels really good. I'm, really energised to keep learning, to keep growing, to keep getting better, to keep helping our younger guys come through. So I don't have a number in mind, to be honest. It's just continue to play footy, continue to enjoy footy, and the moment I don't enjoy getting the most out of myself and wanting to train and get better is probably the time that I'll be ready to hang it up. But at this stage, I still enjoy it more than ever, and so I have no end in mind, and hopefully there's still plenty of years left.
Trav, congratulations on the 300. Amazing stuff. I just wanted to ask, just about today, how's it looking? I know you've got to wait for the negative COVID test. Have you got them yet, and you're hoping that you'll get a run around tonight at Marvel?
Yeah, so at this stage we had to get up 6:30 this morning, get a test. We're now still waiting for those. We're hoping they can come back early this afternoon, and then we can progress from there. But yeah, the plan is to hopefully train at Marvel tonight, and that's still hopefully going ahead. But we've still got to wait for those results to come back, and once they're in, we can move forward with that, and hopefully we get a run around tonight, which would be good. We've had a few days off sitting around, so it'd be good to get out.
Where are you boys when they do give you a negative test? Can you walk outside into a park or anything like that?
So we're just at the Pullman in Melbourne, and no to your answer there. We're stuck in the hotel at the moment until we get the results back. So. I think a few of the boys brought their PlayStations over, so that's keeping them occupied at the moment. But we'll start having a few meetings and getting moving soon around the hotel, which will help the boys pass a bit of time before we head out to Marvel. So it's not too bad. We're well looked after here.
On the game tomorrow, in in terms of a couple of blokes that sound like they might be coming back. Realistically, do you reckon the 2018, the Holy Trinity, are they all in, do you reckon?
It looks like it. At this stage, all of them are putting up their hand. Certainly Zave had a fantastic game on the weekend, and, I think he'd come straight into the side. And Connor and Butsy will have to get through training tonight and tick a couple of boxes, but both of them have recovered really well over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully we can have all three of them back in the side, because we know how much they add to our group.
We've seen a lot of teams in the last few years, Richmond especially, they just build momentum late in the year. Perhaps they're not the best team in the first 15 rounds, but they're the best team for the last 10 or so weeks of the season. Can you, with those blokes in, can you sort of feel a bit of build if you have a good win tomorrow against all these odds that you're up against?
Yeah, look, I think for us, our form's kind of been building over the last month. Obviously, a disappointing result against Melbourne, but I feel like we're just starting to get a few guys back, a few key guys back, and that's going to make a huge difference for our game. And that's the plan, is to really build this back half of the year and obviously push for that top 4 spot. But there's no doubt that we haven't played our best footy yet. We know it's ahead of us, and we know that these guys coming back in the side can help us. But at the same time, we've got to keep playing the same brand of footy and system that we know we can. And our best system is good enough to beat the best sides. We just haven't been able to do it for sustained periods this year, which has been disappointing. But that's the plan, to sort of finish off the year really strong and push for a top 4 spot.
It's pretty clear what you've meant to Port Adelaide. What's Port Adelaide meant to you?
Everything. As I sort of touched on before, they're the club that gave me the opportunity, have stuck by me, through this whole journey. And there's been a lot of ups and downs and challenges we've faced together along the way. But there's no doubt that without the support of the whole footy community inside the club, coaches, support staff, everyone within the footy club, and then everyone outside the footy club, the fans, sponsors, everyone, members, that I wouldn't be here today without all their support. So they've meant so much to me along the journey, and I'm just so grateful to be, able to be here for 15 years, to play 300 games for this great club, and so thankful for the support they've given me. And there's no doubt that, Friday night's going to be about the footy club and the people that have supported me more than it is about me, because I wouldn't be here without them, and love the club so much, and forever in debt to them for what they've given me and everyone who's been involved. All good?
Sorry. Hello? Hi, sorry, Travis, it's
You're
Liz
right.
here.
Hey,
How
Liz.
are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Can you just describe for us your relationship with Ken Hinkley and what he's meant to you as a coach over the journey?
Yeah, Kenny's he gets criticised way too much, which hurts at times, because what he's meant to myself and so many of these players is huge. I know from the first call we had, I reckon I was up in Noosa when I found out that he was going to coach the club, and I was over the moon about it. I didn't know a heap about Kenny, but we'd met once before when I was getting drafted. He'd been over to my house, so we've known each other from the past, and then from that moment on, obviously myself and Ebo became captain and vice captain of the club, and that relationship grew as not only professionally as a coach and captain, but as friends as well. And he's helped me more become the person I want to be, more than football itself. So I'm forever grateful for what he's been able to do for this footy club and myself in general. He's certainly had his office open a lot along the journey, and I've had a lot of good deep chats with Kenny along the way, and he's helped me through a lot of tough times on and off the field, and we still have a lot of banter about him putting me in the forward line for a couple of years, which is great. He thinks he's helped me get me to 300 games through doing that. Look, he knows all he wants is what's best for every player and in this club as a person, as a footballer, and he would do anything for this footy club and you know, the guys he coaches, and I can't thank him enough for what he's been able to do for me.
I recall back in 2019, after you won the Best and Fairest, you talked about the books you were reading and how they'd influenced and helped you. Are you still reading today, and have you packed any books in your suitcase for the trip to Melbourne? I
have. I'm finishing LeBron's book at the moment, which is a little bit different to what I normally read. His is about, I think it's a $1 billion athlete, the making of a $1 billion athlete, which is an interesting story about how he's made his money, and that's kind of the business side of what I enjoy. But yeah, I am still reading, probably just as much as I have. There's another one, I think it's Fear Less, I think it's called, by Pippa Grange. It's something I've just started. So yeah, I love all those books, Brené Brown's stuff that help mentally, that help you perform and also help you become a better person, I guess, as well, and let go of a lot of this stuff that we hold, certainly in tough times, and the anxiety and the stress of the world, and how to get through that kind of stuff. And I've found that those books help me a lot, and I've had a bit of feedback through social media that other people are reading them as well and really enjoying them. So yeah, it's great to see that those people have been able to get through these times through some of that reading as well.
And can you maybe just share for me an insight into how important your mum has been for you over your career?
Yeah, well, I could talk for probably forever about Mum, about what she's been able to do for me. Obviously, it's been a pretty tough journey. I think leaving home when I was 18, leaving Mum and my sisters was one of the most challenging times of my life. And Mum being able to support you know, my sisters back there, but then still, you know, not miss a game of footy and be there for every game of footy has just been incredible. And yeah, I talk about support and being able to be here today with certain people. There's no doubt that Mum's been the number one on that list, that she's been able to support me through everything that I've sort of been through and the challenges that we've faced. That Mum's always been there to lend an ear or fly over or drive over to be there for me. And you know, even growing up, there's the support drive me to games, and being that ear to sort of talk to about footy when Dad wasn't there. And there was a funny story, well, maybe not for Mum, but when I needed to train one day, we went down to the Torquay footy oval, and Mum was running around and ended up doing her knee. I think she did an MCL running around, chasing the footy after me. So she put herself through a lot of pain as well, and I think she even ended up driving home after that. I couldn't drive her car because it was a manual, so she ended up driving home as well. So she's put herself through a lot of stuff just to help me get here, and she's done the same for my sisters as well. And she's just an incredible human.
Your poor mum.
My poor mum. So I put her through a lot of pain. So I need to. Yeah, I'm in debt to her forever. So. She's an amazing human, and yeah, I've learnt so much from her.
Thanks, Travis.
All good?
On you, Trav.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Trav. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, mate.
Appreciate it. Thank you.